The grandfather clock in the hall is just dragging its feet. It's skipping a beat every time that I look at your chair. The sun takes an hour just to move half an inch down the street, as if it's still hoping to catch the gold light in your hair. The seconds are heavy, they're sinking like stones in a well. The calendar's stuck on the Tuesday you walked out the door. Even the seasons are under some lonely old spell, refusing to turn since you don't live here anymore. The shadows are long and they're refusing to move. The needle is caught in a permanent groove. The world is exhausted, it's out of its mind, searching for something it can't seem to find. Oh, even time misses you, darling, I swear. It's gasping for breath in the thin, empty air. The minutes are grieving, they're moving so slow, because they're still waiting for you to say no. I'm watching the hourglass forget how to flow, counting the heartbeats you took when you chose to go. It's a lone song forever, a clock tower blue, even time misses you. The shadows of morning are still on the wall at July. The moon won't go down, it just hangs like a pale broken eye. It's like the whole planet is holding its breath for a sign, waiting for your footsteps to echo again on the ground. Yesterday's lingering haunting the edge of the room, refusing to wither, refusing to let the day bloom. I'm trapped in a moment that won't let me out to get free, because time is as broken and lonely as I'll ever be. They say that it heals, they say that it flies, but they've never seen how a Tuesday just dies. It's been 1,000 years since you were mine, or maybe it's just been an hour of time. But the clock is a liar, it's weeping in rust, turning our always to piles of dust. They're still waiting for you to say no. I'm watching the hourglass forget how to flow, counting the heartbeats you took when you chose to go. It's a lonesome forever, a clock tower blue, yeah, even time misses you. Tick tock, the silence is loud. Wait, stop, I'm lost in the cloud. It's been forever since breakfast. It's been a lifetime since June, and time won't go on until it hears you. We're still waiting. You're still waiting. not a sudden fever or a heavy crashing wave. It's not the kind of hollow that you find beside a grave. It's the way the kitchen chair feels just a little bit too wide, and the way the morning light has nowhere left to hide. It's a quiet, steady presence, like a coat I can't take off, a lingering sensation in a dry and winter cough. I try to shake it loose, I try to run into the sun, but it follows like a shadow when the race is already won. I used to fear the darkness, used to beg for it to end, but now the blue is familiar, like an old and tired friend. It doesn't ask for answers, and it doesn't ask for why. It just sits here on the sofa while I watch the world go by. It's the only hand I've got left to hold. I went down to the market just to hear some human noise, to see the couples laughing and the mothers with their boys. But I felt it pull me closer like a finger on my sleeve, telling me it's time for us to turn around and leave. It's protective and it's jealous, it's a border and a wall. It's the safety of the floorboards after you've had a fall. It's the silver in the mirror, it's the dust upon the frame. The only thing in this whole house that still whispers your name. Sometimes I think I'm ready to let the sunlight in, to peel away this layer and to start to live again. But then the quiet settles and the room begins to tilt, and I crawl back to the comfort of the sorrow we built. Because if I lose the sadness, then I finally lost you too. Yeah, the way sadness holds me is a gentle, heavy thing. It's the winter in the marrow that forgot to turn to spring. It's got your hands, it's got your touch, it's got your quiet grace. It's a ghost that wraps its arms around the shape of your empty space. It doesn't pull me under, no, it keeps me perfectly still, like a house that's built of stone upon a cold and lonely hill, in the middle of the night, in the middle of the cold. It's the only hand I've got left to hold. It holds me tight. watched you pack the boxes, I watched you clear the air, I watched the way you didn't look to see if I was there. And every day since then, the world has offered me a door, 1,000 different faces, 1,000 ways for something more. I've walked through crowded hallways, I've sat in quiet bars, I've tried to find a different set of light among the stars. But every time I'm standing at the edge of someone new, I find myself retracing every step that leads to you. They say that love's a habit that a man is bound to break, that time is just a medicine for every old mistake. But my heart is a rebel, it refuses to be free. It's still locked inside the us that you decided not to be. 'Cause I never stopped choosing you, even when you left. In the middle of the winter, in the middle of the theft, I choose you in the morning when the sun hits the floor. And I choose you when I'm staring at a locked and bolted door. You resigned from the position, you handed in the key, but you're still the only candidate that makes a soul of me. Through the silence and the shadows and the gray and the blue, I never stopped choosing you. There's a ghost of your opinion in everything I buy. I still catch myself answering your how and your why. I buy the brand of coffee that you used to say was best. I still leave a little space for you to lean against my chest. It's a lopsided arrangement, a one-man civil war, to keep on loving someone who isn't coming back no more. But I'd rather have the memory of the fire we used to hold than be warm with someone else out in the bitter, biting cold. You walked away to find a life where I don't play a part, but you're still the only rhythm that can jumpstart this heart. I'm a voter for a losing side, a singer out of key, but I'll keep on casting ballots for the way you looked at me. You handed in the key, but you're still the you yesterday. I'm choosing you today. And I'll probably choose you tomorrow. In the middle of this sorrow, you're not here, but I'm still yours. I never stop. I never will. The street lamp is humming a low hollow tune to a sidewalk that's empty and cold. I'm tracing the shadows we left in this room, and the stories we'll never leave told. I used to find comfort in silence and stars, but now they just feel like a crowd, watching me stumble and counting my scars while the quiet gets deafeningly loud. I'm pacing these floorboards until they remember the weight of your step on the wood. I'm praying for rain just to douse every ember of a fire I thought was for good. And that's when the night finally learned my name. It whispered it back through the cracks in the pain. It's seen every tear that I try to keep dry. It's memorized every I'm sorry and why I'm a ghost in a city that's already gone, just waiting for a light that won't ever come on. Yeah, the night learned my name, and it sounds like the way you left me in the rain. Your side of the mattress is perfectly flat, like you never were even there. I'm fighting the urge to go back to the track and look for your ghost in the air. But the moon is a witness who doesn't take sides, it just watches the tide pull away. And I'm drowning in secrets that nobody hides when they've got nothing left they can say. It used to be us against all of the dark. We were the match and the heat and the spark, but the sun went down and you didn't stay. Now the midnight and I have a lot we can say. It knows my heartbeat, it knows my defeat. It knows I'm just someone you didn't want to keep. Yeah, the night finally learned my name. It whispered it back through the cracks in the pain. It's seen every tear that I try to keep dry. It's memorized every I'm sorry and why I'm a ghost in a city that's already gone, just waiting for a light that won't ever come on. Yeah, the night learned my name, and it sounds like the way you left me in the rain. Now the stars and I are on speaking terms about the lessons a broken heart learns. It's 3 a.m. and I'm still here, and the night is the only one who hears. It knows my name. It knows my name. side of the bed, like my heart doesn't know you left. Your coffee cup is still in the sink. Guess I'm better at pretending than I think. The room still smells like yesterday, like love that never learned to stay. I trace your name inside my chest, where every goodbye hurts the best. I smile for everyone but me. Said I'm fine like it's easy, but every song I try to sing sounds like you leaving. I loved you quietly, so you wouldn't hear me break. I held on silently while you were letting go that way. Now I'm learning how to breathe in the shape of missing you. If loving you was wrong, then losing you was worse to do. I still check my phone at night like hope. Forgot to say goodbye. Every street feels incomplete. Every laugh sounds bittersweet. You said time will heal the pain, but time just taught me your name. In every place I used to be, when you still belonged to me. I never begged, I never cried, at least not where you could see. But every tear I kept inside is drowning me. I loved you quietly, so you wouldn't see the scars. I stayed here faithfully while you were moving on so far. Now the world feels empty in the shape of missing you. If loving you was everything, why did it still fall? If hearts could talk, I'd apologize for loving you past the signs, for calling pain, being strong, for staying when you were gone. I loved you quietly, but it still broke me in two. I lose myself 1,000 times if it meant finding you. Now all I have is memories and songs I sing alone. I loved you quietly, and now I'm learning how to let you go. If you ever hear this song, just know I loved you even when you were gone. I'm listening to the kettle start to steam, the only rhythm left inside this house. I used to wake up from a heavy dream to the static of your fingers on your blouse. Now the coffee's getting bitter in the pot, and the clock is ticking holes into the wall. I'm standing in our favorite little spot, waiting for a shadow in the hall. It's not the noise that breaks a man in two. It's the echo of the things we didn't do. Now there's a silence that sounds just like you. It's got your cadence and your rhythm too. It's just like you. The radio is playing something old, but I can't hear the lyrics through the haze. The fireplace is gray and turning cold, just like the final chapter of our days. I used to think that quiet meant we're fine, a peaceful sort of knowing in the dark. But now it's just a long and jagged line between the dying ember and the spark. I take 1,000 screams, I take a fight, I take the harshest words you could ignite, just to drown out this ringing in my ears. The loudest sound I've heard in all these years is the space where your laughter used to be. Yeah, there's a silence that sounds just like you. It's got your cadence and a rhythm too. It's the good night that you didn't have to say. It's the sorry that just drifted far away. I'm reaching out to touch the empty air, finding nothing but the ghost of you still there. It's a hollow, heavy, haunting kind of blue. This silence that sounds just like you. Can you hear it? It's the sound of the door not opening. It's the sound of the phone not ringing. It's just you not being here. Silence. The neighbors never knocked upon our wall. We never let the china break or fall. We kept our triumphs tucked inside our sleeves, like sunlight filtering through heavy leaves. No shouting matches, no slamming of the doors, just soft toe pacing on the hardwood floors. We spoke in hums, a low and steady drone, the quietest life that I have ever known. But static grows when nothing's being said, and silence is a fever in the bed. We were a secret we were trying to keep, even while we were fast asleep. Oh, we loved in lower volume, didn't we? A soft-focused version of you and me, turning down the treble and the bass until I couldn't recognize your face. We were a whisper in a world that screams. Now I'm just shouting through my broken dreams, 'cause you can't hear a heartbreak at this grade when the music is just meant to fade. I'm looking at the photos on the shelf. I barely see you, barely see myself. Just two silhouettes against a muted gray, afraid of words that might get in the way. We didn't crash, we didn't even burn. We just ran out of pages left to turn. A gentle cooling of a pilot light that left us freezing in the middle of the night. They say that loud is where the danger hides, but there's a killer in the ebbing tides. We muted every stay and every need until the garden turned into I'm begging you to turn it up, but the dial is stuck on zero now, and the room is far too still. Alone, just a ghost of a sound. I'm still the keeper of this quiet hole, the one who catches dust before it falls. I haven't moved the boots beside the mat. I even leave a little space for where you sat. The milk went sour, then I bought some more, like I'm expecting you to walk through that front door. The mail is stacking up a paper wall, a monument to someone who won't call. They say the brave are those who walk away, but I'm still here, a statue made of clay, frozen in the wreckage of the light, just a shadow that you left behind that night. Oh, I stayed after you left, in the hollow, in the quiet, in the theft. I'm guarding every ghost and every stain, like a fool who thinks he's keeping out the rain. You found a map, you found a brand new track, but I'm the anchor on a ship that's not coming back, living in the after and the bereft. Yeah, I stayed after you left. The neighbors ask me how I'm doing now. I give a jagged smile and take a bow. I say I'm fine, I say I'm moving on, but I'm still standing here long after you've gone. I'm memorizing cracks upon the floor that I never had the time to see before. The sink is dripping like a steady beat of a heart that's too stubborn to admit defeat. Is it loyalty or is it just a cage? I'm reading lines upon a finished page. I'm the only one who didn't get the part in the movie of my own goddamn heart. You're miles away under different stars, and I'm still here counting all the jars. The lights are on, but nobody's home but me. The table's set, but there's no one across the tea. I'm a king of a kingdom of one, just waiting for the setting of a sun. I stayed. Why did I stay? Scrub the scent of charcoal off the floor. I changed the locks and painted every door. The calendar is bleeding into June, but I'm still humming that October tune. They told me time's a river wide and fast that washes out the wreckage of the past. But I'm still standing knee deep in the flow, watching everything but us begin to go. The world moves on, it's got no place to hide, but I'm a hitchhiker on a ghost train ride. I'm waiting for the dullness to begin, but the knife is still as sharp against my skin. 'Cause when feelings don't fade, they just grow teeth. They bite into the you that's underneath. It's a neon light that won't ever burn out in a mind that's filled with nothing else but doubt. I've tried to drown them, tried to dry them cold, but some loves don't get soft as they get old. They just stay bright, cruel, and constant shade. That's the mercy of a feeling that won't fade. I saw your car, one that looked the same, and for a second I forgot my name. My heart did that stutter step, that climb, like it hadn't learned a thing from all this time. The experts say it's chemicals and brain, a biological reaction to the pain, but they've never felt the way the floorboards shake when a memory is all that's left to break. I want the gray, I'm begging for the rust. I wanna turn this always into dust, but every morning when I wake up new, the very first thing I feel is wanting you. It's a heavy, holy, horizontal lake. Yeah, when feelings don't fade, they just grow teeth. They bite into the you that's underneath. It's a neon light that won't ever burn out in a mind that's filled with nothing else but doubt. I've tried to drown them, tried to dry them cold, but some loves don't get soft as they get old. They just stay brighter, cruel, and constant shade. That's the mercy of a feeling that won't fade. Still burning like a star that's already dead. Still screaming inside every word I haven't said. You're not gone if I can't let you go. And God, I wish I didn't love you so. Don't fade. Fade, never fade. I left the porch light burning till the bulb began to flicker. The wine is getting thinner and the shadows getting thicker. I haven't changed the passcode on the lock upon the door, or moved the pile of magazines that spilled across the floor. The world is spinning forward, I can hear the morning traffic, but my mind is stuck on us, it's just a loop of frozen static. I'm a tenant in a memory that's overdue for end. Counting up the minutes and the almost that we spent. They say that home is where the heart is, but I think they got it wrong. Home is just the hollow place you left me for too long, and I'm still standing, sentry in the cold. Where my heart waits, there's a frost on the pane, there's a name etched in silver that's blurred by the rain. It's a station with no engines, a dock with no ships, just the ghost of your name on the edge of my lips. I'm a map with no border, a bird with no sky, just the men who stay behind to ask the how and the why, in the dark, in the dust, in the way. That's where my heart waits. I saw you in a window of a cafe downtown. You were laughing at a joke while you were laying money down. You looked so light and easy, like you'd never known a chain. Well, I'm still tethered to the spot where you left me in the rain. I wanted to call out to see if you still know my face, but I'm a different person now, from a different time and place. I'm the keeper of the silence, I'm the curator of grief, a man who's lost his kingdom but is still playing the thief. It's not a choice I'm making, it's a gravity I feel. It's the way the spoke is honest to the turning of the wheel. I'll stay until the paint peels off the rafters of my soul. I'll stay until the half of me becomes a broken hole. Where my heart waits, there's a frost on the pane, there's a name etched in silver that's blurred by the rain. It's a station with no engines, a dock with no ships, just the ghost of your name on the edge of my lips. I'm a map with no border, a bird with no sky, just the men who stay behind to ask the how and the why, in the dark, in the dust, in the way. That's where my heart waits. Still in the corner of the room, still here in the garden that won't bloom. I'm not moving, I'm not leaving, I'm just waiting. Where my heart for you. I found the words in the glove box of the car, underneath the maps that never took us far. They were tangled in the receipts and the change. Looking back, the timing feels so strange. I kept them locked in a box beneath my tongue, waiting for a bell that never quite got rung. Now the house is sold and the keys are on the shelf, and I'm just saying I love you to myself. The train has left the station, the smoke is in the air. I'm standing on the platform with a chest of gold to share, but the tracks are empty and the signal's turning red. I'm a library of books that'll never be read. It's just love spoken too late, a beautiful song at a closing gate. I've got the right confession at the wrong damn time, like a perfect rhythm that forgot to rhyme. I'm shouting at a mountain that's already turned to dust. The iron's only glowing now that it's begun to rust. It's a heavy, holy, heartbreaking weight to have a love spoken too late. I see you in the grocery store sometimes, checking out the produce and the limes. You look settled, you look steady, you look whole, while I'm still digging out this quiet hole. I wanna grab your sleeve and make you stay, to say the thing I choked on every day. But your eyes are looking somewhere I don't go, and it's a cruelty to tell you what you already should know. If I'd said it in the kitchen, if I'd said it in the hall, maybe we'd be dancing instead of hitting walls. But the ink is dry and the envelope is sealed, and some wounds are only deeper when they're healed. I'm a ghost with a megaphone, screaming at the wind. It's just love spoken too late, a beautiful song at a closing gate. I've got the right confession at the wrong damn time, like a perfect rhythm that forgot to rhyme. I'm shouting at a mountain that's already turned to dust. The iron's only glowing now that it's begun to rust. It's a heavy, holy, heartbreaking weight to have a love spoken too late. I love you, I said it out. I love you, you missed it. The wind is the only one listening now. The clock is the only one taking a bow. Too late. So much for always. I love you. I love you. I handled us like porcelain and lace. I never raised my voice or left a trace of any storm brewing behind my eyes. I thought the quiet made us twice as wise. We were the velvet, we were the morning mist, the kind of love that's felt but never kissed. With a heavy hand or a jagged edge, we lived our lives on a feathered ledge. But even the moss can be crushed by the rain, and even the silk can be ruined by a stain. I thought if I held you with a lighter touch, I wouldn't have to lose quite so much. But soft things break too, they just don't make a sound. They don't leave shards scattered on the ground. They just come apart like a thread in the breeze, or a prayer that's whispered down on your knees. There was no explosion, no glass in the hall, just a slow, silent giving way of the wall. You didn't shatter, you just fell through, and proved that soft things break too. Now I'm touching the sweat things break too, like a petal in the dirt, like a whisper in the hurt. It's a quiet kind of ending, a silent kind of mending. Some things break through. They break just like the rest. Handle with I hung you in a coat inside the closet in the back, but the scent of your tobacco always slips through every crack. I tried to scrub the kitchen till the tiles lost their shine, but I can't wash away the way your hand fit into mine. The dust is settling softly on the books you never read, and I'm still sleeping on the left-hand side of our old bed. I close my eyes and suddenly the hallway fills with light, like you just walked in from the cold and said, I'm home tonight. They say that time's a healer, that it turns the red to gray, but I'm still bleeding colors from the day you went away. It isn't just a picture or a name upon a stone, it's a pulse beneath the floorboards when I'm sitting here alone. It's a memory that still breathes, it's a ghost with a heart. It's the way the silence hums whenever we're apart. I can feel it in the curtains, I can hear it in the rain. It's a living, breathing version of a never-ending pain. I try to blow the candle out, I try to lock the door, but I find your shadow dancing on the ceiling and the floor. It won't let go, it won't be still, it won't leave me While I was still adjusting sails and turning us about, you'd already packed your spirit, you'd already cleared the shell, leaving me to finish up this story by myself. I was reading from a script that you had long ago discarded, guarding gates to cities that were already unguarded. You let go of the rope while I was pulling for our lives, cutting through the always with the sharpest of your knives. The credits started rolling, but I wouldn't leave my seat. I was waiting for a twist that would make the ending sweet, but the screen went black and the theater grew cold, and I'm the only one with a hand left to hold. Oh, I held the ending alone, didn't I? Watching the color drain out of our sky. You left the room before the final goodbye, while I stayed to see how a beautiful thing could die. I'm the last man standing in a war that you won, staring at the damage that you've already done. It's a heavy, jagged, bittersweet stone, the weight of an ending I held all alone. I'm still answering the questions that nobody's gonna ask, wearing we're okay like it's a heavy oxygen mask. I'm the one who has to tell the friends and family the news, while you're already walking in a different pair of shoes. I'm folding up the blankets, I'm bleaching out the stains. I'm the only one who's left to feel the cooling of the rains. It's a lonely kind of labor, being the one who stays to sweep the promises you made but didn't intend to keep. You got a head start on the healing, you got a miles long lead. You were sowing the harvest while I was still planting the seed. I'm still at the funeral, you're already at the wake. How much of a heart is one person supposed to break? Yeah, I held the ending alone, didn't I? Watching the color drain out of our sky. You left the room before the final goodbye, while I stayed to see how a beautiful thing could die. I'm the last man standing in a war that you won, staring at the damage that you've already done. It's a heavy, jagged, bittersweet stone, the weight of an ending I held all alone. The book is closed, but my fingers are still caught between the pages. The fire is out, but I'm still shivering from the heat. You're gone, and I'm just here, holding the ghost of your hand, alone. I held it all alone. I watched you drive away until the red lights turned to black. I scrubbed the kitchen table and I didn't look back. I thought the air was finally clear, the oxygen was mine. I drew a circle around the date and crossed a heavy line, but then I found a hairband in the pocket of my coat and saw the "see you later" on the yellow sticky note. And just like that, the engine starts, the tires hit the gravel, and every bit of progress starts to slowly unravel. You're a ghost ghost with a suitcase that you never quite unpack. A bird that hits the window but keeps on coming back. I'm standing on the threshold with my hand upon the latch, waiting for the fire that'll never find a match. It's a goodbye that keeps returning, a door that won't stay shut, a dull and rusted razor that keeps opening the cut. I said it at the station and I said it at the park, but I hear it in the static every time it's getting dark. I've walked 1,000 miles, but I'm still standing in your lane, washing off the memory just to have it back again. It's a haunting kind of hollow, a lesson never learned. It's a goodbye that keeps returning every time I think it's burned. I see you in the strangers with the coffee in their hands. I see you in the shadows of the way the dresser stands. I'll have a week of doing fine, of breathing on my own. Then I'll hear a certain song and find I'm back in the unknown. It's like a tide that's pulling out but always coming in. The end of us is somewhere underneath my very skin. I'm a record with a scratch that always lands upon your name, playing out the exit but the ending's just the same. How many times do I have to watch you leave? How many different ways am I supposed to grieve? You're a master of the exit, you're a pro at letting go, but I'm the one who's stuck inside the after show, watching you depart on every single street I walk. Yeah, it's a goodbye that keeps returning, a door that won't stay shut, a dull and rusted razor that keeps opening the cut. I said it at the station and I said it at the park, but I hear it in the static